Welcome to the 6-phase guided meditation. Taking a few moments to getting yourself as comfortable as possible, ideally in a seated or perhaps even in a lying down position. And in this moment, just making any final adjustments, getting yourself as comfortable as possible. And as you're landing in your space, I invite you to close down your eyes or soften your gaze as you take a moment here to acknowledge that the next 20 to 30 minutes is for you. This is you time. Just acknowledging that you're about to go on a journey inwards. And from here now, I invite you to start by listening to the sounds that are furthest away. What sounds can you hear in the present moment that are furthest away? See if you can stretch your listening. What sounds can you hear? Noticing perhaps that as you're stretching your listening, in fact what you're really stretching is your awareness. See if you can allow these sounds to behave as sonar, informing your presence in the present moment. From here now, I invite you to see if you can contract your listening and contract your awareness to just the sounds in your space, to the room that you're in. What are the sounds that are present in the room that you're in? Naturally, there's the sound of the music and the sound of my voice. So you can give yourself to the sounds in the room. The sounds outside still occur, but see if you can focus your listening and ergo focus your attention and your awareness to the sounds just inside this room. And as you're getting comfortable with that, see if you can contract your awareness even further. See if you can go from listening to the sounds to listening to the sensation, feeling the sensation of your body's breathing. See if you can notice the rise and the fall of your body breathing in and your body breathing out. See if you can feel your chest or your abdomen or your belly as you breathe all the way in and breathe all the way out. connecting to your breath here, breathing all the way in and all the way out. Taking a few more deep breaths in your own time, breathing all the way in and breathing all the way out. From here now, I invite you to bring to your mind, as you continue to breathe, a loved one. See if you can visualize or feel or intuit a person who you love so much that just as you see them, you can't help but smile. You just fill up with joy. Doesn't have to be a person, could be a pet. Just connecting to that energy of love. And as you bring this person to your mind's eye, or you feel them or intuit them, noticing the sensation rising in your body. Perhaps you can see a color to this energy. See if you can locate this energy and bring it to your chest. Feel it in your heart area. As you continue to breathe in and breathe out, connecting to the energy of your love. From here now, as you breathe in, on the next exhale, see if you can expand this energy of love. Expand this energy to encompassing your body, your space, your aura, your field. Breathing in again. Seeing now if you can expand this energy to the room that you're in. And extending your love, your energy to any living beings, plants or people in the space that you're in. And as you breathe in, on your next exhale, see if you can expand that. Expand your energy, your love to the building that you're in. So you can feel that energy encompassing the building that you're in. As you breathe in, and on the next exhale, visualizing this energy encompassing the entire city that you're in. Perhaps you can see people in your city going about their daily business, their daily work, their daily labor. Or perhaps you see an aerial view of the city, or some sort of symbology that represents the city to you. Perhaps you just intuit it, whatever feels right to you. See the city encompassed in your love and your energy. From here now, as you breathe in, on your next exhale, visualizing the entire state that you're in, covered in your love and your energy. Breathing in On the next exhale, see if you can extend your love, your energy to the entire country. Again, you may see an aerial photograph, perhaps a flag as a symbol of the country, or you may intuit the people throughout the nation. Finding your own way to feel your energy, your love, extending to all life in your country. Breathing in, on the next exhale, see if you can extend your love and your energy to your hemisphere. See if you can connect your energy to all living beings, animals, plants, people in that hemisphere. And ultimately, breathing in and on this exhale, now bringing to mind the entire planet. See if you can see the entire planet Earth encompassed in this love and this energy emanating from your heart. Just feeling the quality of this energy in this moment. From here, noticing that all we really need for greater compassion is greater awareness. Just observing your expanded awareness. Taking a few moments here to acknowledge your love, your energy, your life, and the life of the planet, all the animals, plants, and people, and all its inhabitants. Perhaps you can even see the life of the earth, the life of the waterways, the energy of the planet. And with your awareness at this scale, you can shift to the next phase. There's surely some things to be grateful for. So taking the time now to find 3 things about your life to be grateful for. Could be any 3 things. Could be the home you live in, the car you get to commute in, the people you get to interact with. Perhaps you've achieved a milestone recently. Perhaps there's been some wonderful interactions. Could be any 3 things, finding 3 things in your life to be grateful for. I invite you not to just simply checklist things off in your mind, but see if you can really connect to the energy, connect to the moments, connect to the objects that you're extending your gratitude to, really feeling into the energy of your gratitude. And as you're doing this, I invite you to find gratitude for one thing that is particularly small. Perhaps someone held a door open for you, or lent you a pen when you really needed it. Something really simple, but really small. The science is in, and your brain actually can't tell the difference between big moments of gratitude and the small moments of gratitude. The neurochemical triggers are in fact the same. So it's when you start to find gratitude in all the little moments that the magic of gratitude can really fill up your life. From here now, see if you can find 3 things about your work to be grateful for. Could be any 3 things. Perhaps you love the skills you're developing. Perhaps you love the people you get to work with. Or perhaps you don't love your work, but you love what the paycheck can support you with outside of your work time. Finding 3 things about your work to be grateful for. And from here now, finding 3 things about yourself to be grateful for. This is often the hardest, but definitely the most rewarding. An opportunity to begin to cultivate that self-love. Finding 3 things that are uniquely you that you're grateful for. Could be that you're a caring person. Could be that you're a dependable person. Could be that you're an independent person. Could be any 3 things. Could be perhaps that you're a lazy person and you always find the most efficient way to get things done. Finding 3 things about yourself to be grateful for. And if you're revisiting this meditation from a recent time, see if you can find 1 or 2 things that are novel or new about yourself that you can be grateful for. And as you extend that gratitude to these qualities and virtues of yourself, for bonus points now, finding 3 people to be grateful for. 3 people in your life without whom perhaps this experience of life just really wouldn't be the same. Again, it doesn't have to be people, could be a pet, be a family. Finding 3 people to be grateful for. And just taking a moment here now to take stock of your state. Just taking a moment to see how you feel, brim-filled with gratitude. And from here now, perhaps there's someone that is difficult to be grateful for. Perhaps there's someone whose existence it's difficult for you to be grateful for. Perhaps there's someone that's challenged you. See if you can bring this person to mind. Identify the situation or the person that you'd like to forgive. From here now, taking a moment to create the space for you to go into this forgiveness. And now I invite you to read the charge to this person or this situation, stating how you feel, what happened, why you feel the way you do. It's cool, this is a safe place. Giving yourself permission to really share what's coming up for you. Explaining why you feel hurt, where your anger comes from. And as you're doing this now, I invite you to sit with that and really connect to your pain, connect to your hurt, connecting to your anger for a couple of moments here. As you continue to connect, remembering to breathe. It's completely okay to feel, giving yourself permission to go as deep as you can, as deep as you need to, for a few more moments here. And now I invite you to drop the charge. And let's begin that by asking the question, what have you learnt from this experience, this person, this act, this interaction? What have you learnt from this experience? Every dark cloud surely has a silver lining, and this has definitely informed your life with a lesson in some way. So what have you learnt thanks to this experience? And as you're coming face to face with that lesson, perhaps now seeing what was it like for the other person in this situation? Noticing that it's always actually hurt people that hurt people. Just seeing what was going on for this other person that was your perpetrator in this instance. How had they been hurt before? See if you can see it from their eyes. And with this expanded awareness and greater understanding, so you can invite your compassion and forgive into love. So if you can forgive this individual and situation into love, however that may look for you. And as you can now feel the energy of letting go, I continue to invite you to let go. Completely let go of your present awareness of yourself, your present reality. identifying with where you're at in life, I invite you to see if you can dream of your future. 3, 5, ideally 10 years from now. This is where the phrase dare to dream really comes into play. See if you can let go of your present reality and give yourself permission to dream into your future. And if you don't know where to begin, let's begin with the experiences. What are the experiences that you want to have 3, 5, or 10 years from now? What are the experiences that are bringing you the greatest amount of joy? What's lighting up your world? I'll give you a few moments here to really dream and connect to that vision, that feeling of what it's like connecting to these experiences. And as you're connecting to this now, see if you can take stock and anchor in these experiences by taking a moment to acknowledge how you've grown over this time. What skills have you upskilled? What have you learned? What have you taken on that's really enabled these experiences to come into fruition? Who have you grown to become in this time? And as you're connecting to your growth and your experiences, see if we can anchor that in a little bit deeper by taking a moment to take stock of your contribution. What is the contribution of this future self? Are you contributing to yourself, to your family, to your community, to the planet, or perhaps even the whole universe? Noticing that no one is better than any of the others. It all begins with you filling up your own cup first. But just taking a moment to acknowledge your contribution. And from here now, let's bring this expanded, visionary, future-inspired self into the day. And I invite you to bring to mind the period now, and your next meal. Taking a moment to acknowledge how you're going to show up. What are you going to work on? What are the interactions you're going to have? What is the state that you're going to be in? How is this expanded version of yourself showing up in today, between now and your next meal? What does lunch look like? Visualizing your ideal lunch, the ideal people, the ideal interactions, the ideal meal. And then from here, visualizing that ideal time between lunch and dinner. What are you doing with all of that time? Visualizing your ideal work, your ideal commute, your ideal state, your ideal meetings, your ideal interactions. How are you showing up in your day? And from here now, visualizing your ideal dinner. Who's there with you? What are you eating? Visualizing your ideal conversation, the ideal atmosphere. And then visualizing that time between dinner and going to bed. What are you doing with that awesome pocket of the night? How are you showing up? What sort of interactions are you having with yourself, with your loved ones? What activities, what hobbies are surfacing? All the way to visualizing yourself with your head hitting the pillow and you're getting a really, really deep night's rest. Knowing full well in your bones that whatever you visualize, you're 80% more likely to achieve. So you set yourself up for a win already for today. And from this place now, I invite you to take a moment to take your hat off to that something greater, if you believe in something greater. Perhaps bow your head. Or if you just believe in yourself, that's equally as awesome. Taking a moment to pat yourself on the back and acknowledge yourself for showing up for today's meditation practice. Now's a great time to check in with your connection with yourself, to the universe or the source, whatever you would like here. And from here now, I invite you to bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest, and then just gently bringing some warmth and friction to your hands. And in your own time, when you're ready, covering your eyes with your hands, opening your eyes behind closed hands, and in your own time and not a moment sooner, lowering your hands to come back into the space. And as you're feeling energized and revitalized, ready for the day ahead, just invite you to take a moment before you disconnect with this energy of meditation to just take stock of your state. Take a moment on the back of your meditation to just tune in with yourself and see what your resting state really feels like. How do you feel in this moment? Have a beautiful day.